What is 2FA? Two-factor authentication. If you are a member of the Luno Malaysia community, you may come across many talking about it. We will find out more in this episode and how important it is. For years, the dangers of protecting online accounts with only basic, password-based authentication have been known. Yet, despite this, the transition to more robust forms of authentication has been slow. As consumers and businesses become wiser to the imperative of better protecting their accounts, their voices will add to those calling for two- and multi-factor authentication, 2FA, or MFA. The National Cyber Security Center and National Security Agency recommends 2FA for high-value and email accounts, as email provides a route for cybercriminals to reset passwords on other charges. In the UK, regulation governs strong customer authentication in the high-risk finance sector. Meanwhile, Twitter has announced that its users now can use security keys as their sole 2FA method. It's an essential step towards a genuinely passwordless future and one which puts pressure on other organizations to assess their authentication protocols and, where necessary, boost protection for customers and users. Strong authentication is necessary to increase access to cybersecurity for accounts and online services. Passwords alone provide weak protection because they can be guessed and phished and, once stolen, tried against a range of reports in the hope of securing a hit. Unfortunately, our behavior makes a lot of this possible. People have many online accounts. To make it possible to remember all the passwords, they choose simple ones that can be easily guessed in the worst-case scenario. What's more, they reuse them, so much so that our research revealed 54% of employees use the same passwords across multiple work accounts. Over a fifth, 22%, admit to writing them down to keep track of passwords. Password reuse enables credential stuffing, in which login information is entered into a range of digital services, often by an automated system or program. This enables mass attacks can yield results when people reuse the same credentials, rendering a range of accounts susceptible to breaches and takeovers. A password is something someone knows so that it can be shared. Astonishingly, people sometimes do this knowingly and willingly, particularly in business settings when colleagues need to access a little-used system or application. Beyond this type of intentional sharing, passwords can also be tricked out of people through phishing. Phishing attacks are becoming increasingly sophisticated and, therefore, difficult to spot. An email may appear from a legitimate service provider, such as a bank, yet when the unwitting customer clicks on a link, they could be taken to a fake site. If they enter their information at this point, the cybercriminal can use the phished credentials on the actual service provider's site to gain access to the user's account. Even more sophisticated and another danger to password-only protection are man-in-the-middle (MITM) attacks. These come about when a cyber attacker is in the middle of communications between a service user and provider, both of whom believe they are communicating with each other. As with phishing, highly personalized messages provided a vehicle for MITM attacks, as do unprotected Wi-Fi networks and manipulated URLs that look like legitimate sites. The working from home effect. Hybrid remote and office working environments for many businesses add to the urgency to strengthen authentication practices. Many people will likely continue to work from home, at least sometimes, despite the return to offices. A range of organizations has already indicated plans to continue supporting a flexible approach. This means expanded corporate IT estates, many more devices accessing networks, systems and applications from many more places, will become commonplace. When security was focused at the corporate perimeter, it now seems further and further behind us. Now, companies must mitigate security risks and protect access at the device and application level. Yet, despite 2FA technology being the best line of defense to protect against account takeovers, only 22% of respondents to our research into cybersecurity in the work from anywhere era say their company has introduced it since the pandemic began. 2FA strengthens authentication because it adds another factor, something the user has, such as a one-time passcode or security key, or something there, a unique physical attribute such as a fingerprint, to the something they know, usually a username and password. Strong authentication, through tools such as hardware security keys, bolster security without inconveniencing the user. This is a key consideration for both business-to-business (B2B) and business-to-consumer (B2C) organizations. OTPs, often sent by text, whilst popular as a second line of defense, aren't completely resistant to SIM swap, modern phishing or MIDM attacks. What's more, they can create friction in the log-in process and stall it altogether if the battery in the registered mobile phone needs charging, the user is in a mobile-restricted location, or there's a signal strength issue. The humble password, our primary line of online defense for so long, is ill-equipped to deal with the range of threats it now faces. Added to that, its usability has significantly waned since the number of accounts we all manage has increased to such a degree that password management is an authentic problem. Only through a more comprehensive understanding and implementation of more robust forms of authentication will business and consumer accounts, services and applications realize the higher levels of protection they deserve. I believe you are convinced by now of the importance of 2FA in staying vigilant in the cyber world. Learning advanced security practices is inevitable. Many reputable applications, not matters in our mobile or workstation we use today, should have 2FA options. We believe it will become mandatory as soon as the industry up to its games. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google's services, password managers, and many more have 2FA. Luno has this security feature, so we strongly recommend that all users activate it. We will share an article on how to do so. All Luno users should join Luno Malaysia Community FB. There is only one official in Malaysia. Beware of fake sites and imposters using Luno's branding. I will left a link below. If you are also interested in investing in cryptocurrencies and owning a piece of the future of money, I have good news for you. All you need to do is download the Luno app. Luno is the first cryptocurrency exchange to get licensed and regulated in Malaysia by the Securities Commission, so you're safe to use it. Once you have downloaded it, go to the rewards section and type this unique reward code, NUB8XT. Once you do that, you can deposit and buy cryptocurrency. Purchase a minimum of 250 ringgit of any cryptocurrency, and you will receive a 25 ringgit reward of Bitcoin. Just make sure to key in the code before any deposit and purchase. I will leave a link also in the below description. Thanks for watching this video. Once again, a quick disclaimer that nothing in this video shall constitute financial advice. You are responsible for your own financial choices.